culture about what Bethlehem is like and how's life there, how's the people, and of course the culture. We just know about it on the social media and the televisions, on the surveys about it, and about the conflict in Palestine. So can you tell us about how's life in Bethlehem so far? How's the progress and the people,
Yes.
the culture?
Okay, Bethlehem. To talk, I know the question that the Indonesian people always ask: how are we living as Christians and Muslims together?
Yes.
And I remember in the year 2011, we invited Pastor Gilbert, and he brought
Gilbert
Harvey.
Yes,
Yes, exactly. And he invited Ruth Sahanaya and Harvey Maholoho.
I know that.
And they came, and we had a beautiful Christmas event in the city of Bethlehem, in front of the Church of the Nativity. And I was the translator because we had a lot of locals. Over 7,000 locals were celebrating Christmas with us. So Pastor Gilbert says, Maher, I want to know how many Christians and how many Muslims are attending. So I said, Pastor, we did not discuss that. It is rude to ask. In our culture, we are identified as one.
Okay.
It's not Muslim and Christian, no, we are one. We are Palestinians. The last thing we ask is, Christian, are you Christian or Muslim? Because we are one, and we believe that this is our land and we share this land, and we're both under one occupation. So we are, one. So I said, okay. He said, because we have the Indonesian TV, and we want to send this message to Indonesia. I said, okay, in that case, I'll have to ask the crowds. So I said, guys, we want to send the example of Palestine to the whole world, and to show them how Christians and Muslims live.
That's going to be a great example for Indonesians.
Exactly.
Too. Yeah.
We are definitely the greatest example
but you see,
for living together, sharing, respecting each other's religious views, and respecting each other on all sides. And I've heard many stories in Indonesia and other countries about conflict between Christians and Muslims. But in Bethlehem and Palestine, we don't have this. And we are the greatest example. So when I asked, over 90% of the people celebrating Christmas were Muslims.
Okay.
And that was the biggest shock for Pastor and crew. He said, I could see that there are some Muslims, but I would have never guessed that 90% of those who are celebrating Christmas are Muslims. And that's exactly also in the Islamic holidays, like Ramadan. It's my favorite period, is Ramadan, because I'm invited every single day to iftar at friends, at people who are always, putting Christians and Muslims as one. We don't invite people to Christmas festival only the Christians. We invite Palestinians.
Okay.
And exactly the same with Islamic festivals. We are always invited. Actually, we are more taken care of in these places to show that Christians and Muslims are one.
Okay, but do you see often the conflict between all of these three religions in there? Like,
many people think it's a religious conflict, but definitely not. No. As Palestinians, we love Christians, we love Muslims, and we love the Jews as a religion.
Yeah.
But our fight is with the Israeli occupation, with the Israeli unfair actions towards Palestinians, the killing, the stealing of lands, all of the bad things that we all know about. And so we're against that. We're definitely not against the Jews as a religion. Actually, there is a Jewish community in Palestine, and they call themselves Palestinians.
Okay.
In Mount Gerizim, in the northern part of the country. It's next to Nablus, the Samarian. There are Jewish Palestinians. So it's very important that everybody knows that our conflict is not a religious conflict. It's an occupational conflict. People want land. People want to drive out people.